Good morning, it's Kale. I'm doing a video working on Aquarius. I haven't done some diamond painting for a little bit, not too long of a break, but welcome on in. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Welcome on into the channel, Kale's Corner. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Got some lo-fi girl playing in the background. Hopefully my dogs will be relatively quiet. They just had this weird howling thing. I don't know what they heard, but they were howling. I had to go out there and go like, whoa, settle down, what's going on? I have some drills already here, and hopefully, like, I don't have it on autofocus, because it just makes me and probably other people kind of motion sick with it changing all the time as I move my hand. So just if you notice that. So hopefully it's set okay. It's cloudy out today, so we'll see how this lighting works. I also have the auto exposure turned off. So let me explain what was going on probably for at least a week. Yeah, at least a week. So one day I could kind of feel, I don't know how to explain it, like a pain in my neck, kind of by my right shoulder. Like where your neck, goes down into your shoulder. And I was like, ow, it's kind of sore. But then like the next day, it was bad. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? It felt like a combination of a pinched nerve and a knotted muscle. Kind of combination of that. Let me put this towel over here so rest my arm on it. And so I was like, well, okay. So broke out the heating pad. Took a couple of, I think the first thing I tried was the naproxen, which is I think it's the 12-hour one. But anyhow, so it didn't get any better. As a matter of fact, it got worse and worse over the following days. I haven't been in that much pain in a long time. Not even my sinus headaches can compare to that. It was like there was a knife in the back of my neck. Oh my God. So my hubby got some icy hot, and I was alternating the naproxen, which is, I think that's Aleve, with Tylenol, and then alternating. I had him get me one of those little gel pack things you can put in the freezer to get cold. So I was alternating hot and cold for days, and trying to sleep, just getting more and more exhausted. Waking up and hoping it would be gone the minute I would start moving around. There it was again. It was awful. I was like, oh my God. I was like this close to going to the emergency room, but that costs a fortune. The only thing there's two things that they could have done for me that I can't do for myself. Number one, give me a muscle relaxer if it was like the muscle, because I couldn't tell. It just hurt back there, just back there. And or give me some prednisone or whatever, steroids to get the inflammation down. That's the only thing that they could have really done for me, and maybe just kind of validate what the issue was. Say, okay, yeah, it is a muscle, or it's, whatever. or you're just old and you're falling apart and, you know, your neck's going to bother you the rest of your life. It's like, I don't know. Something like that. So, anyhow, so I just worked real hard to stay quiet. So I played my game. I didn't do too much around the house. I kind of just let things kind of go. Hubby was cooking. Yes, I was feeding the dogs while he was away, letting them out, that sort of thing. But for the most part, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I really couldn't. I couldn't concentrate. There were even times where I was just like, I'm not playing my game. Like, I'm not playing Paleo right now. My neck hurts too much. And I would just put something on YouTube and just sit on the couch with the heating pad and just alternate. Right? So that's where I've been. Let me turn this fan on. You might hear the little whir in the background. So yeah, so I finally, and I got this neck pillow that's heated, so you can like turn it on like low, medium, or high, and you can, you know, kind of just rest your head on it, and it like sits like right in your neck area. So I guess it puts you like at the right angle or whatever. That seemed to sort of help as far as like maybe like aligning things or taking like spreading things out so we're not all like crunched together, because I've had neck injuries before. A long time ago, I had something fall on my head at Office Max. I've been in a couple of car accidents. And then, of course, you know, I'm just old. So, I think the last time that I mentioned it to the doctor, complained about, you know, my neck hurting. He was like, well, you know, as you age, the disc compress, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's really helpful. So, I don't know. What else really kind of like to do about it? Where was I? In the sense of just, you know, kind of like preventing it from coming back. Because I can kind of still feel where it was. Kind of like that post, you know, pain, soreness. And, you know, if it comes back again, I mean, obviously I'll do what I was doing before. But Lord have mercy, my poor liver. With all those pain relievers, and you know, I felt bad doing that, but I had to do it. I was in so much pain. I mean, I would have taken like some morphine. It's like, can you just give me some decent pain pills? It was just like right behind, like, so the back of your neck where your spine comes down, right? Your spine comes down. So every time I would kind of press back there with my finger, I could feel like these little sore spots, almost like a arthritis or bursitis type of pain, right? Like it felt like a bruise, right? That was on the spine part. And then it was like radiating over, like down to my neck where it was like meeting my shoulder. And I was just like, you know. And what are you supposed to do, right? So there were a few nights where I couldn't even stay sitting up. That's when I lay down on my bed. And it was like 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm going in my bed and I'm going to lie down. I'm just going to lie down in here and it's going to be quiet. And I'm just going to try to relax and not get tensed up against the pain. Because, you know, people have a tendency to do that. You kind of... I'm working like over here. Tense up against that pain because it hurts. And that just makes it worse. So, I'm hoping that is over and done with and never happens again. I might look up like maybe some like neck strengthening and stretching exercises, because I was miserable. And I was like, it's going on for a long time. At first I was like, okay, it's okay, maybe just a couple days it'll be better, but it didn't get better. I was like, ugh. So, yeah, it was awful. So anyway, so I'm back. I did a new post on my website at celestialrealms.com. I actually posted a song that I wrote a long time ago when my son was still alive, and he was the one who he was writing his own music, or producing it as they call it these days. He wasn't a DJ, but he was like a music producer. He wrote his own music and used samples and things like that and loops and stuff. So he was like, Mommy, you should write something. So I made a couple of attempts. I got a software program called Magic's Music Maker. And just kind of learned how to use the software, puttered around with it. And, you know, wrote a few little pieces. So I'm scanning for this color. This is 796. Which this is like empty. So I have to see if I have more. I think I do. Let me just go down here. I still haven't ordered the replacement drills, but I was kind of out of commission. And of course, and if you're a woman, you have a household, and you know, especially also if you've been a mother, you know what it's like when you're the one that's taking care of certain things around the house and you go out of commission. Things that don't like get done because other people don't think about doing them, you know. And I didn't want to ask my husband to do certain things. It's like, you know, I'm kind of out of commission, honey. Can you do the laundry? Like, I just wasn't going to do that. I did do the laundry. I did manage that, but I did ask him to carry it out from the hamper to the garage where the washing machine is. Okay, I think that's it for this. And I'll have to look and see if I have more. I think I do. So we're listening to turn it down a little bit. Lo-fi coffee. Relaxing Halloween lo-fi music. I don't know if that's Lo-Fi Girl, another channel of hers, or something different, but that's what we're listening to. So let me see in here. So I have, okay, this little thing, this little container. It's got a little top, right, a zipper. And I actually bought it to put essential oil bottles in when I was doing doTERRA. But I don't do that anymore because that stuff costs a fortune. So I just put some of these drills in here. So here's 796. This is from Diamond Drills USA. So let's pour these without spilling any, if possible, into here. So normally when I'm doing this, we're going to put that down there just in case. So this is 500. This is 500 drills. That bag is 500 drills. So the bigger bag is this one. This one's 2,000. And I think this one's 1,000. So you can get like different amounts, which is nice. Okay, so So we're done with that. So yesterday, well, I was out of commission most of the weekend. Yesterday, I felt better. Like the pain was almost all the way gone, but I could kind of still feel it. Let's do... So yesterday I didn't like do anything much other than play my game and just kind of do a little coloring. I've been doing some coloring. So I can do the coloring because it wasn't... I think that's this one. 803. Because the angle or whatever that I have my neck at when I color. Oh my gosh, there's a dog. There's a guy walking his dog every morning, and everybody's got to bark, like, you know, like the dog's coming in the house. Hey, knock it off. Leave that man and his dog alone. They don't want to hear it. Yeah, he walks his dog in the morning, apparently. So, he'll come back. Anyway, so yeah, so yesterday I didn't really do anything. Other than the dishes. And take care of the pups while hubby was at work. And he called to check on me. He's like, how are you feeling? I'm like, well, I can still kind of feel, you know, where it was, but I think I'm over the worst of it. And today it's even better. I mean, I can still feel where it was. Oh, I'm being careful. But coloring, when I sit in my chair, not my office chair, like when I'm filming my coloring, but my other comfy chair, when I sit there, the angle that my neck is doesn't really bother me when I color. So, we'll see how long I can manage to do this diamond painting. But I'm just trying to stay relaxed, not tense up. I think I was just getting also kind of like stressed out. I know part of it's like the political thing going on in the country. And my husband and I are on different sides of the aisle, and that wasn't helping any, because that's the first time that that's happened. And I don't think I was able to kind of like talk him over to my side, but it's fine. He has the right to vote however he wants to vote, right? But we did go and do early voting on Saturday, so we got that out of the way. Thank goodness. Just get it done. Get her done. What else? Not much, really. It's still been warm. It doesn't feel like fall at all. I haven't even bought a pumpkin to put in the front yard. It's too hot. Now, I think it is supposed to rain. Finally. Sometimes these little drills go flying around. So I'm hoping that it does rain, but that it doesn't like storm. We don't need to storm. I just need like a gentle rain to last for a couple of hours and really just kind of soak into the grass and the trees and the plants in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not this one. Sometimes if you look at a drill, you probably wouldn't be able to see it here, but there's like a little tab. I call it a little tab on like a corner. Where it's kind of like where it was connected to the other one and it didn't like break off all the way. If you put those in there, they'll spread your drills apart. I do try and look for them. Or notice them. I don't always notice them, but most of the time I try and find them before I put the drill down, you know. just deal with it before I have to take it off the canvas, right? But I don't get all of them all the time. And I don't think it matters like where the drills come from, because I've used the Diamond Art Club drills and the ones from Germany and the Diamond Drills USA, and they all have them. So I think it's just the process that they use when they make them. Whatever the cutting or whatever breaks them apart. So I was on Twitter earlier, on X, being a little snarky, but these people are just getting on my nerves. Just people saying insane things. I'm like, where did they get that idea? And somebody was talking about, I don't know, something like if Trump was elected, like in some safety guidelines. I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I literally could not understand what he was talking about. And I'm an educated, intelligent woman. And I was like, I have no idea what he's talking about. It just sounds like so much gobbledygook. Like, it's like, is he speaking English? What's he talking about? It just drove me crazy. It just makes me like some days I just, some days I just laugh at what I see on X, what I read on X. Other days, I do let it get to me, and it does make me angry, or fed up, or frustrated, or amazed, or shocked. I mean, all these different things, right? And some days, I want to respond and say, you're retarded. Like, you're stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What are you talking about? You're out of your mind. Like, all of those kind of, like, comments, or, and most of the time, I restrain myself from doing that, because I know that most of the time it's just pointless, right? But there are some days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to get just a little bit snarky here. I'm going to be an old grumpy lady and just kind of like give my opinion. And then I'll only do it like for a few different replies, and then I just can't take it anymore. I'm like, okay, I don't even want to do that. Even that's like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I suppose you could say it's not a very Christian thing to do, but oh my Lord, they just are so bad. And then normally, and it's been for a long time that I've watched ABC News. And I know that they have their own, like, corrupt analysts and newscasters, whatever. And most of the time, I just, in one ear, out the other, because I really just don't care about them. I mean, I care about the news, but I don't care about them. And I am aware that they're, doing everything in their little slant or whatever. And I've been trying to educate my spouse to point out, like, when they're lying and telling mistruths, or what's the word? Twist things out of what they really mean. I can't think of the expression offhand. So I've been trying to, show him this is like, when they do that. Or look, they're doing it right now. And then sometimes I'll put it on NBC. Sometimes I'll put it on CBS. Sometimes I'll put it on Fox News. Now I try to, like, kind of spread the wealth, so to speak. But he's still suffering from TDS, and which I used to have as well. So you have to understand, when I was young and I was 18, I was a Republican. I was a straight Republican. My mom was a Republican. The family was Republican. That's just what we did. And I used to help her at the Republican National Hispanic Assembly. I've met senators and ambassadors. I met Jeb Bush. I went to the Hispanic inaugural ball. That's where he was talking to me. He's like, "Hey, are you enjoying the party?" I met the Prince of Cambodia. You know, I mean, like I was like going to the Capitol Hill Club, drinking Harvey's Bristol Cream with, you know, these senators, congressmen. So yeah, we were all up in it. And then I just kind of got disillusioned. My idealistic young self was like, this isn't the way it should be. There shouldn't be hidden agendas and lies. And so I got really like disenfranchised and disillusioned. And I turned away, and I didn't get really like involved too much with politics. And for the most part, I ended up just kind of like voting Democrat, which was kind of like leaning more towards my idealistic hopes for humanity, you know, helping other people, blah, blah, blah. But now that I just see the craziness and that it's gone so far out of like the norm of what being a liberal means, like those people are insane. I just can't do it. I can't do it. You know, it's weird. It's like I voted for the Bushes, and then I voted for who's in there? I don't think I voted when Clinton. I think I voted for Obama and Biden. I wish I hadn't, but I did because I was still being idealistic and hopeful. Now I'm not either of those things. Well, I'm still a little bit idealistic. I still do wish the best for humanity and wish he would like freaking grow up. But I just can't. I can't vote that way anymore. The policies are just too destructive, and that I think I saw somebody refer to it as destructive empathy, and that's what that is. Like you feel this empathic feeling, like, you know, for like, let's say like the illegal immigrants, and you want to help other people, right? And it's, you know, I don't know if it's natural for humans want to help other people, but I mean, that's kind of like the way I was raised, to help other people. But now that I'm older and wiser, there have to be boundaries, and there have to be not rules necessarily, but guidelines. And so like if you come, like, so now it's like, when I look at it, it's like if you come into the country illegally, you should just get kicked out. Like, bye, go back home, fix your country, and if you want to come here, you can do it legally. So I'm more on the not anti-immigration, but more like, if you're going to do it, you need to do it legally, right? So that's kind of, you know, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of like my spiritual path, where I grew up as a Christian, went to church, a Methodist church. My mom used to be Catholic, but then she became a Methodist. Don't ask me how that happened. I don't know. But I remember going to Catholic church when I was little, maybe like 5. But then my mom decided, I don't know what her purpose was, but she became a Methodist. And so that's kind of what I went through as a teenager. I'm looking for this little cross through here. And then I became an atheist. And then I became like a mix of things as I was exploring different spiritual paths. And I'm like a esoteric pagan Christian, right? It's hilarious. I hate the camera with the pen. You know, and it's interesting. It's like, so I was reading the Bible the other day, and I'm not, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not a hardcore, I don't know if it's evangelical, I don't know, fundamentalist, I don't know what the right word is, Christian. I'm not that kind of Christian. You know, I mean, I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, and I pray, and I try and, you know, follow the golden rule, and, you know, like, think about like the 10 Commandments, like you don't lie, you don't kill, and you don't, whatever, all those things, right? But I'm just not like a preachy, I need you to convert. Like, I'm just not into that. Spread the good word. I don't do that. I can't handle that. It's like, just let people, you can mention it. You can kind of describe your own story, share your story. But the preachy part just kind of gets on my nerves. And then the other thing I think that bothers me about how Christianity is presented to other people is kind of like this almost Pollyannish goody two shoes type thing. Like when, almost as if they're trying to tell you, like, if you become a Christian, you're going to become a perfect human being. You're going to be you're going to be smiling and happy and jumping up and down for joy all the time. That kind of Christianity gets on my nerves because it's just not real. It's not reality. It's not the way real life works. I mean, you literally would have to be a saint to be like that. And, 99.99% of people are not saints. So I think that's what kind of turns me off from that. And it keeps me from going to church and, talking much about the Bible and stuff like that. But I think the Bible has great stuff in it. Good advice, good things to learn, good things to ponder. But so does A Course in Miracles. And so do books about Buddhism and Celtic paganism. Gnosticism, not as much. Enochian magic is like cray-cray and will mess you up. Like, don't do it. Theosophy, kind of like New Age stuff. It's just, some of the ideas are sound, but some of them are like, like performing magical rituals with like your athame, and you have to say these certain words and whatever. It's just like, what? Like, I just couldn't get into it, but I enjoyed studying it. It was interesting to learn about it. Tried following it a little bit. I was even a member of kind of like a Golden Dawn offshoot order. I was studying Celtic paganism and took some classes from like witch school. So I was kind of like into that for a while. That was kind of like in my, what I consider to be my Christian atheist, like when I didn't believe in like the Christian God. Which color do I want to do next? Do we want to do the car? Let's do the car. Here's the car. 161. So yeah, I mean, I've been to, I studied the Lakota Indian religion. I still have one of the books about it. It's fascinating how their interactions were like with the stars. I've done a natives sweat lodge, which, let me tell you, was awesome. Maybe Christians should incorporate that into their practice, just to get in touch with the divine. I'm telling you, it works. And you come out feel, ooh, that doesn't go there. You come out feeling really, not pure, but purified, like clean, spiritually clean. You come out feeling like really super alive and vibrant. Like it's like your mind opens up. It's really, really cool. It's a great experience. If I wasn't an old lady, I'd do it again. But I'd probably have a heart attack because it gets pretty hot in there. And as a matter of fact, I do remember even, and I think in my 30s when I did it. So it's like, a low tent with the heat and the fire in the middle and people sitting around in a ring. And then the shaman says the words or whatever, does the prayer or whatever. And let me tell you, then it gets hot. It gets hot in there. You are sweating. Sweat, 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 sweat the entire time. It's just pouring off of you. And you feel, it's weird how to explain it, like lighter and lighter. And like your mind, like, opens up. It's really bizarre. And you can really feel, like healing and love and peace, like these really like intense emotions that are positive emotions. Like you don't feel fear or anything like that. And I remember at one point I found myself just kind of like leaning over. I was so hot, and I was kind of getting like almost like lightheaded, not dizzy, but just like a little like woozy. I don't know, but I wasn't like spinning in circles or anything. I was just like kind of woozy. And I just remember kind of like heeling over, kind of leaning against the side of the tent. I was like, whoo, I hope it's over soon, because I'm like getting to the ending point here. And then like shortly thereafter, it finished and we came out and all of us were like glowing. We're all like glowing. We're all like beautiful. We're just looking at everything with fresh eyes. It was great. It was a great experience. Maybe not like a Christian thing or whatever, but it does bring you closer to the divine. Let's just put it that way. And so I've had like a lot of like different religious, things going on and paths I've studied and chosen and left. And I still, can't say that I'm on any one path, because probably most traditional Christians would not like A Course in Miracles, but I'm not really care what they think. So I'm not going to stop studying A Course in Miracles just because I believe, in just the traditional Christian Bible. Anyways, A Course in Miracles, is channeled to Helen Schuckman by Jesus. So if he wrote it, what's the problem? Yeah, I'm still looking for the cards. I'm like yik-yakking. So I think after all of the spiritual experiences and teachings and, trying kind of like Buddhist meditation, Zen, all that kind of stuff, checking into astrology and tarot, being a soror, which is like a sister in that like Golden Dawn order. I forget what the name of it is. Studying Corellian Wicca. I was part of their church for a while. And I'm even a, New Age, not a reverend. I don't know what it's called. Maybe a reverend. Something. Minister. Because I was going through a school and got like the license or certificate or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. That was a long time ago. And just the same with, the political. I tried the right, I tried the middle, and I tried the left, and I tried none. So, like, I don't think I voted for Clinton. I think that was when I was like, I'm not having anything to do with politics. I hate it. My mom probably would have had a heart attack if she knew that I voted for Clinton. So I think I was just like not into it at that point in time. So they've all been good experiences. Always something to learn. Always something to look back on and see like, wow, this is where I was and here I am today. Have I grown? Have I gotten better? Have I learned? because that's what you want to do. Here's the triangles, 825. It's out of focus because I don't have the autofocus on. Turn it off. I turned it off so that this part with my hand would stay focused. Not, you know, yeah. It's kind of like when I went to college. I just tried taking a bunch of different kinds of courses. I mean, I took music theory. Nobody takes music theory unless you're a music major. I took art history. I didn't have to take art history, but I found it fascinating. I learned a lot in that class. Because, of course, art is tied to culture and history, so it was, you know, fascinating. Plus, the art's beautiful. I took biomedical ethics. I mean, I wasn't studying to be a doctor. What was I doing taking biomedical ethics? But it just sounded interesting. We'd have like these discussions about different medical procedures and were they ethical, and it's fascinating hearing other people's opinions. That's when people could have like differing opinions and not like get cray-cray, right? And then I took another weird one that I took was population geography. So that's all about the movement of people. So if people are moving like from the country to the city, or like birth rates and death rates, migration, just stuff like that. And then you would, you know, map those statistics onto the actual map, say, of the United States. And go, okay, well, people are, you can see like all these people came, you know, from the north to the south, or they're moving from here to here, or, you know, the death rate is higher up in the northeast, or it's in the south, or whatever, right? Just depending on whatever metric, you know, or data point you were looking at. So that was really, really interesting. I was almost tempted, really close to tempted to go back to school after I left, to go to, I think I was thinking of Cornell, to go study population geography. I have no idea what my life would have been like if I had done that. I don't know. But I didn't do that. And then the other kind of weird class I took was geology. Well, I did take a biology class that was actually for biology majors. I don't know why I kept doing that. I was like, what, challenging myself? More like masochism. So all of the people in the class, it was a junior level biology class, and all those people in the class were like science majors, and I wasn't. I was like a liberal arts. Oh gosh, I didn't do too bad though. I think I got a B, a high B. She wouldn't give me an A. She was mean, but pretty close. And then I took geology, a couple of geology classes. I took cosmology. Just kind of some like off-the-wall classes. I love my geology class. It was so fun. We would go out to the quarry, look at rocks. I mean, how cool is that? Of course, I love rocks. So we'd be out there like climbing, hiking the trail. My teacher was so cool. She's like, let's go look at rocks. I'm like, okay. Everybody's like, let's do it. And it was like a weekend class. So one weekend we would do like the book study, and she would do like the lecture or whatever. And then the next weekend we would go out to the quarry. So we'd all hop on like a bus or a couple of vans or whatever and drive out to the mountains or wherever. It was loads of fun. That's like the best way to learn. It's like hands-on, like you're out there, you know, chipping away, chipping away for rocks, right? I still have some of them, and that was back in the 80s, back when I was in my 20s. That was in the 80s. So those rocks have been with me for 40 years. It's a trip. They're on my kitchen windowsill on the outside. I still have some of them. I remember, like, this one is serpentinite, this granite, this cool stuff. So hubby and I were talking about him retiring, and you know, it's just really a matter of finances or whatever. And he was talking about how his brother, his older brother passed away before he could retire. And I think there's been a couple other people who either passed away like right before they were able to retire, or passed away shortly after retiring. And so he wants to do it while he can, you know, while he can enjoy it and so on and so forth. And I told him, you know, it's like, you can only do what you can do. If you're gonna be able to retire and do it, then you can. If you can't, you can't. You know, maybe like in a year, or you know, or go ahead and do it and just try it out. There's the airplane. Do I have the boat? The boat. The boat is 336. A sailboat. So, knowing my spouse, he'll probably get bored anyway if he retires and doesn't have anything to do. He is not one to sit around. But I told him, it's like, well, you could just get a part-time job. Get your Social Security. Or he can, somebody walking down the street. Why? Yes, Misty. Misty! She barks like she's a Rottweiler. Oh, it's the trash guy. It must be trash day. She sounds like a big dog, and she's just a chubby little chihuahua. Misty! Big dog. So yeah, so, you know, retiring, like, do it when you can, so you can enjoy it. And we talked about moving. You know, he wants like a little property out in the country. And I'm like, well, you know, we've tried that before. It didn't work out too well with the brother. And we would have to like find another piece of property and go through all the whole logistical nightmare of him moving his fish, his koi. You know, and he just finished building that wood shop in the house. I'm like, I don't know, man, it may not be like a smart idea to think about moving. I don't know. Where is the sailboat? I see the spaceship. Misty! Misty! Misty Moon. Now it's that old guy. Can you hear that bark? It's like, I don't even know. What kind of bark is that for a chihuahua? It sounds like... Why are you barking at that old man? Leave that man alone. He's just taking a walk. You don't want to hear you barking at him. I don't want to hear you barking at him. You see, I see the spaceship. And then she starts whining. She's like crying. So every time hubby leaves for work, she cries. I want daddy. And I'm like, come in here and lie down. Daddy went to work. Knock it off. Just go back to sleep. Misty! Oh my goodness. I have no idea what's going on out there. But I'm going to stop soon anyway. I've been yakking enough. Who was that? That was Rosie. Rosie? What are they barking? Oh my goodness. I don't know what they're barking. And now I don't see the old man with the white hair that walked by. The trash guys are gone. The man that walked his dog, I don't know, like he must have gone back to his house a different way or something, because I don't see him. Or I didn't see him the second time. But I don't see anything else out there that they would be barking at. So I'm like, what? Like, it's so crazy. Listen to that. Oh my god, I'm gonna go stop. Hey! Knock it off. Come in here. Come on. Stop barking. Lie down. I was pretending like I was going to shut the door and lock her out. So she's on the back side of the couch, which looks out onto the street in the front. And so Lily and Evie were like, oh, Mom's going to shut the door. We're going to come in there with her, right? We don't want to get shut out. So they came in and I told them to lie down. They both laid down. But she's over there on the back of the couch, like wagging her tail at me like, oh, what's going on? What, am I getting locked out? Can I come in? What's going on? It's hilarious. So she's still out there. She hasn't come in here yet. But the other 3 dogs are in here. So we'll see what happens if she realizes she's alone. Although sometimes she doesn't mind being alone. She can be pretty independent. Okay, I think I got all of the sailing boats. No, I didn't. That's a lie. And there's one there. And there's one there. And I know these things are kind of like gapping, but I think, you know, this is the canvas that I've had that issue with the entire time. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, I missed a car right there and there. I'll get it later. Right now I'm looking for sailing boats. Right there. This is kind of like, this blue is like a midnight blue. That kind of blue. So I've been coloring. So I'll probably do, if my back, there's one with this, the square cross thing. I missed that one. I'll probably do a coloring live stream. Okay. I think that was that on that. So, have you guys been doing any diamond painting? Any kind of crafts? Let me know in the comments. If you do diamond painting, do you do like smaller canvases? Do you do larger canvases? Where do you get your drills if you buy them separately? Okay, so let me get the other thing I got is I have to do Medicare. That's what happens when you're old. They're like, here, sign up for this. Okay, so we're getting there. It's a slow process. Why is this crooked? I don't know. Probably because it's moving around. It's a slow process. You can see like I started kind of like working on this corner here, because it was this open section and this open section. So this is where I'm kind of filling in from here out this way. And you can see where I was working over here. And this is that's the color I'm missing that I need to order. I came across another one that's on the bubble flower canvas. I need to order one of those colors. But I want to get enough to order like a $20 and then I get free shipping. So these aren't going to necessarily like stick. Because once you start putting drills down, you know, it's like it raises it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that over it like that. And that will just hold it in place so they won't go off. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to do that. Share with your friends. I also do gaming. Mostly right now just playing Palea, like hardcore into that, and I'll probably be doing some of that, but I'll probably go out on the living room and go out into the living room, get comfy out there. It's cloudy, it's kind of a gloomy day, so maybe I'll just, I don't know, put YouTube on out there and just chill out. Be sure you check out my little song. It's called Mystic Stars. It's on my website. You'll see it in the blog post section. It's on the front page. It'll be like the latest blog post. Check out my little song. Let me know what you think about it. It's not professional. I don't think it's even like mixed, or not mixed, mastered. I don't think it's even mastered. Like I just threw it in there. So anyhow, enjoy the day, enjoy the week. I will try and get a coloring stream in so you can see like what I've been working on, because I've done a couple of new ones. And made some progress on another big, like 2-page spread that I was working on. So I made some progress on that. Because that's really like all I could do between the gaming and the coloring. It was all I could do when my neck was out of commission. So, yeah. I'll share those soon enough. Anyhow, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. I know that we have a tendency to get snarky or whatever, or get upset or whatever. Just try and like control it as best you can so that we don't get like too crazy. We still need to be polite as much as possible and civilized, right? We want to continue to try and be civilized. So anyhow, there goes my phone. I will see you all next time. Enjoy.